Hi, it's Matt. I didn't grow up with Halloween, but now I'm an adult with Patreon money, so it's my turn to do it, but I'm going to make it sparkly. It is, however, currently the middle of October, and I have no real idea how I'm going to achieve this and no experience in achieving anything like this. But I have drawn up a plan on my iPad. It's a 2.5 meter tall Grim Reaper costume that's big enough to not just fit me, but also an electric scooter inside it so I can glide around like the Reaper himself. I need to build a structure to hold it all up, and because it's me, I'm going to cover it in LEDs and lots of glitter. Grim Reaper? Grim Raver? Glittery Reaper? I'm thinking I'm probably going to go with Grim Raver. I needed something structural and lightweight, and I was told that this pipe insulation cladding could probably do the job. I've remembered I bought some garden twine to do something silly with. I can't remember what the project was. Well, that kind of works. Today's video is sponsored by the letter H. I'm working on the scythe part of the costume today. I'm making my own because I want to put loads of LED lights into it. I decided I wanted it to have these curves here in it, and I don't think scythes actually have them. Let's see what happens over the next 4 hours. Say hello to my little friend. I'm going to be trying out the fabric now to make the costume part of this. First thing I'm going to test is see-through ability. Well, I can see through this very easily. The first garment I'll try to make is a hooded cape thing. I was clever enough to buy some pins to stick things together while I'm working it out. I remembered seeing my mum use these while making clothes. What am I doing down here, you might ask? Well, I'm pinning this together before I have to sew it or attach it in any other way. It's like wearing an invisibility cloak, but without the invisibility. I don't have a pin cushion. Lobotomy, 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 lobotomy. That kind of works.
What's a skeleton's favourite snack? Ribs!
It's so high you can't see it. I think I'm going to go to a hardware store and get some bamboo stakes. I think they'll be slightly more structural than this very bouncy stuff. My next attempt at the scythe is complete. That's quite a big scythe, isn't it? I thought I should test some lights, so I've cut a bit of strip. I've got the Pimoroni Yukon board to control this. And in theory, when I turn this on, it should light up and twinkle. Oh, wow. That is so cool. Today's the day where I'm going to film this in London, and it is evidently not finished yet, but I have help. Come on in, Alex. Alex Jurassic is going to be helping me today. Woo! To start with, I have a pole. I worked on this last night and I didn't film it because, oh my God, it needs to be done. I've made a top for this painter's pole, which I can't take off. I made it that well. I have 3D printed a mount for the microcontroller so this can stay on the scooter without falling off or shorting. But these LEDs are great and all, they're gonna look very pretty, but it's gonna look terrible if they're not on a costume. So I need to turn that from a shawl into an entire Grim Reaper costume. How see-through is it right now?
Not very. I think the structural twine is my favourite part of this whole build.
If this doesn't work, I'm going to be very sad.
How long do you think it's just taken to do all these wires?
It's been nearly 2 hours. When I plug this in, we should get light up scythe, light up pole, both of these doing rainbows. As long as it's got some light on it, I don't care what it is on the back. We've got that for the diffusion.
Oh, look, and it also...
Oh, and it does that!
Yes!
And then we've got that for the glitter, which just adds some glitter.
Perfect.
I think we're nearly done and we can go outside and show this to people. It is genuinely so easy for me to write an advert about Bambu Labs 3D printers because all they want me to do is talk about the printers and their features. And I use them because I like them. The reason I like 3D printing is that I can come up with an idea or a solution to a problem draw it up on the computer, press go, and then it just exists in front of me. And that magic comes from the features in their printers. The full auto calibration means that you don't have to spend ages setting it up, tuning parameters or anything. And the AMS multicolor printing system lets you use more than one filament in a single print, switching between the two to make something without you having to do loads of changes or make loads of parts and assemble them together. Their app's really useful. You can monitor the print to see how it's getting on. I've used the camera to have a look in to make sure it's going okay. And with it monitoring the print the whole way through, if you forgot to do something or if there's a problem, it'll spot that and it'll let you know. For Black Friday, they have their biggest sale of the year on right now. Looking at the prices, the A1 printer is £259 or £389 with the AMS Lite multi-material system. I've certainly never seen them cheaper. There's a link below to their Black Friday sale. If you click that, it lets them know that I sent you. And I've also got a link to their social media where you can see other cool things that you can do with 3D printing. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Bambu Lab for sponsoring this video, to my Patreons and to Pimoroni. There's a step there.